always keep your eye on the ball of the statutory right. Get the other stuff right too. But this is something I see people skip over the statutory rights part. They don't focus on that. And they're so caught up in the IP indemnities or the IP warranties that they don't get it right. And if you're going to get one thing right in your contract, get the IP license or assignment or whatever it is relating to the statutory rights, get that right. And the reason it's so important is because of the consequences. And the consequences of messing up on your IP statutory rights in your contract is pretty bad. If you breach a typical contract provision, even an IP warranty or IP indemnification, let's say I'm supposed to indemnify you when I don't, that's a contract breach. And under the economic loss doctrine, you are limited to economic losses for that breach of those kinds of provisions. If you think of all the covenants in the contract, and you're getting contract damages essentially for a contract breach. So you've got this guy and he has breached his contract to sell the monkey shirt. There's some rip seams. So his customer is entitled to their economic loss. So he's going to return the money, call it a day, and he keeps going. But when you are breaching IP provisions, not only are you breaching the provision, but you're potentially setting yourself up as infringing the owner's IP rights. And there are very significant consequences for doing that. And so this poor guy figured that out on his own. So he had also had the monkey image or monkey shirt, but his issue was that he breached the IP license. And so now these are the kinds of consequences that can happen with IP infringement. We get everything from the statutory damages, which under copyright law, there's a set amount you can get a statutory damages. So it's not the amount you were damaged. You actually have a number that they can assign depending on the factors. You also are subject to potential customs actions that they confiscate all of your product at the border if there's IP infringement. You may have to indemnify your counterparty because now you've infringed the IP. And there are for very egregious, they're not everyday kind of stuff that we're doing, but if you have very egregious pirating and willful infringement, you can also have jail time. It is a crime. You can see it's just a much bigger issue. My advice is to be very, very careful. I know we're all rushing around with our contracts. We're all trying to get a lot done in a short amount of time. But the message I really want you to take away from this first part is to spend that time on the words in the statutory rights, in the license, get those right, because those are so critical to preventing all those other bad risks.